Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video we will study about string functions in MySQL. So all the operations that we generally perform on all the strings that we will study. Okay. Alright. So let us begin with the understanding of what are string functions, and before starting string functions, let me tell that I am only dealing with single row functions. Okay, single row functions. So what is single row functions? It means that they operate on one row at a time. Okay, so the first string function that we will be covering is the length function. So how does length function work? Let us see. Suppose I write one query, and I write this query like this: select length of suppose Amit. Then what will be the output? You'll get the output as follows. Suppose I say length of Vishal. Then you are getting length. So this is giving the length of every name. For example, I say select ename from employees table. Okay. Then you are getting the name of every employee. But now if I say select ename comma length of what? Length of ename. From which table? From the employees table. Then you will get the length of every employee. So this is the length function. Okay. Then there is one more function, that is the upper function. So how does the upper function work? Suppose I say select upper Amit from employees. Then this will give you what? Every name in what? Select upper. Okay. Select only upper Amit. Then this will give you what? This will give you Amit. Okay. And if I say select upper of ename from the employees table. Okay. Select upper from the which table? From the employees table. Okay. Then this will give you every name in what? In which case? In the upper case. So you can easily observe that these functions, this upper function is also a single row function. Why a single row function? Because it is operating on row by row basis, because it is going to the first row and then converting it into uppercase, then going to the second row, converting it into the uppercase. Then there is one function that is a substring function. Suppose I write the substring, and I write suppose Nikhil, and I say from the second position extract 4 characters. Alright, then you are getting IKHI. Okay, from the second position I have extracted how many characters? 4 characters. So this is the substring function. Then there is one more function, that is the instr function. Okay, then what is the instr function doing? It is it is finding the index position of a substring within a string. For example, I say Nikhil and I say suppose I. Then what will it give me? It will give me the first index position of occurrence of I, that is second position. Then if I say suppose instr of suppose I say K, okay, then it will give me what? It will give me 3. Okay, like this. Then this is your instr function. And yeah, there is one more function. Okay, we will see all these some more functions we will cover later. Let us try to work with these functions. Okay, so let me formally state the first task that is that you have to do, and you have to write this query. Okay, and there is one more function, let me tell, that's most important. That is a concat function. Okay, the concat function. Suppose this is used to concatenate 2 strings. Suppose I say Nikhil, and the second argument I give to be suppose Srivastava. Then it will do what it will do. It will concatenate these 2 strings. So it is used to merge or combine 2 strings. Okay, this is the concatenate function or concat function. Alright. Now you have to do this query. Okay, you have to do this query. Generate the full name from first name and last name with space between first and last name. So this is your test table. Select star. Okay, I'll write it. This is my test2 table. Insert into test2 values. Suppose Amit, and the second argument is Shah, and suppose Agarwal, and the first argument is Vaibhav. Okay, Vaibhav Agarwal. Let us just take 2 names. Select star from which table? From test2 table. Now you have to generate the full name, and full name with space between the first and the last name. Go for it. This is your first task. I'll pause the video. Okay, if you're not able to get it, then I think it can be done. Select first, comma what, last, comma what. We have already studied the concat function, so I will use concat, and arguments that I will give first, comma what, comma last. From which table? From the test2 table. So you are getting concatenated name. But I first of all, let me alias this column as say suppose a full name column. Let me alias it. Okay, so you'll get this. Now I want there should be a space between the first name and the last name. Okay, a space between the first name and the last name. So what will I do? Tell me. I think you can approach it. Again, I can perform a more, one more level of nesting of concat. Suppose the first I give this argument, and then I write something like this. Over here I give a space, and then now if I write this, then let us see what will be the output. Now you are getting proper full output. Why? Because you are having two level of nesting of concat function. So the inner concatenate function will prefix the last name with a space, and then you are concatenating what? You are concatenating the first name with this. So you'll get space between the first name and the last name by using this. So this problem has been solved. Okay, now let us see what is the second problem. Query to display name in initcap. Okay, you have to display the name in initcap. So what does name in initcap mean? Name in initcap means this. If the name is, say, suppose Nikhil, then I have to write Nikhil. Okay, for example, I'll write, okay, for example, Nikhil becomes what? The first alphabet has to become caps, and the rest alphabets have to be what? They have to be in small case. Okay, the first alphabet has to be in what? In which case? It has to be in uppercase. Okay, try this. Okay, I'll pause the video. Okay, if you're not able to get it, then let us try to solve it. So this is the list of name from the employees table. These are all the names. Now I have to take, what I have to do, I have to take the first alphabet of every name. How will I take the first alphabet of every name? Select ename, comma substring. Substring of what? Of ename. From first position, take how many characters? One character. From which table? From the employees table. If you do like this, you will get the first character of every name. Now what I do, I convert it into uppercase. So upper of this string. Alright, now if I write then like this, then what will be the output? Let us see what is output. Now you have taken the first alphabet of every name and converted it into which case? Converted it into uppercase. Okay, I will write, I will alias this column. Okay, I'll alias this column also. Now you have get it. Okay, initcap. Now what you have to do? Now you have to, you have to concatenate it with the rest of the string. You have to concatenate it with the rest of the string. How will you concatenate it with the rest of the string? I'll take, I'll take a new paint, and I don't want to save it. Suppose the name is what? Suppose the name is Nikhil. Okay, and then you have taken this first, first alphabet and converted it into uppercase. Now this remaining IKHIL string is what? It is remaining. So you have to take this. How will you take this? This will be done with the help of substring position. From which position you have to take the substring? From the second position. And how many characters? I can say the length of the name, because if suppose length of the name is 6, from the second position you take 6 alphabets, so you'll get all the remaining string out of it. Okay, so what can I write? I can write something like this. So okay, I'll take this. Okay, here I have to concatenate Okay, concatenate what? Concatenate this upper with what? With a substring. And substring of what? Substring of ename. From which position to this? From the second position. Sorry. Till which position? Till the length of ename. And then I will end this concat function. Let us see if it is giving the required output. Yes, it is giving me the required output. So you have converted a name into initcap. Okay, so we have solved this problem also. Again, now there is one more problem for you, and let us see what is the problem. Display name in form like Nikhil Srivastava has to be converted in n.Srivastava. So let for simplicity purpose, let us keep this in small case, because otherwise unnecessarily we'll have to do some more things and the query will become more complex. Anyway, this is also a feasible amount of very complex query. Okay, how will you approach this problem? Let me tell you how can you approach this problem also. Let me go to Paint. Okay, suppose I'll take a new Paint document, new. I don't want to save it. I want, suppose the name is Amit Shah, AMITSHAH. Okay, you index every position. This is the first index position, this is the second, third, fourth, this is the fifth. Space is coming at fifth position, then Shah is coming at sixth position, okay, and so on. Okay, now what I have to do, you have to first extract this string, this A, and you have to convert it into what? Uppercase. So you will get capital A. Then you have to concatenate it with what? You have to concatenate it with a dot, and then you have to concatenate it with what? Shah. This you have to do. But remember one thing. How will you get this substring? How will you get this substring? This substring, for getting substring, you'll have to definitely use which function? The substring function. Substring of what? Substring of name. And from which position? The sixth position to the length of the whatever the name. Okay, but here how you will be getting this 6? See, this 6th position is equal to 5 plus 1. That means you have to compute first of all this at which position this 5 is occurring. So you have to compute the index position of this space, and then you have to add 1 to it, and then you will get the rest of the name. Okay, this way, this logic we are going to apply. See, if you are not able to get it, then let me go to the see, now I have explained this query. Now you can write this query on your own. At least you can try it. If you are not able to do it, then let us solve it. Okay, select ename from which table? From the employees table. See, this is the ename. Then this part I think I've already covered. Substring of what? Ename. From which position? From 1 1. Okay, and then you have to convert it into uppercase. So I convert it into which case? The uppercase. So what will I get? Suppose I will analyze this column as S name. Okay, so that okay, so we select I'll not use this table. Select star from test2. This is my select just 1 minute. Select star from test1. Suppose this is my test1 table, it is empty, and now I say insert into test1 values. Suppose Amit Shah, and then suppose Anshita Mata. Okay, alright, and suppose one more name I will insert. Suppose Kiran Tankala. Okay, like this. Then now if I say select star from which table? From the test1 table. If you do a survey, then you are getting these names. Now if I write something like this, from test1, and this is not ename, this is name. Similarly here, this is not ename, this is name. Okay, now if I write this query, let us see what is output. So you are getting the first the first character in uppercase of every name. Now I have to concatenate it with what? I have to concatenate it with a dot. So how will I do it? I will do something like this. I will write a dot over here, and then okay, if I close it, then you will get something like this. Okay, now you have to do what? You have to add, for in case of Amit Shah, you have to add what? You have to add Shah in the end. For getting Shah, you have to get the index position of what? This space, and for that you will have to use the instr function. So how will you get it? Let me explain it. For example, I'll just I'll say substring substring of what? Substring of name. And at what position? Suppose name comma a space, and the third argument which I pass is suppose the length of name. Okay, then what you are getting output? See, you are getting output Shah, Mota and Tankala because you are getting the last name out of it. How you have got it? You are doing the substring function, and substring of what? Substring of name. From which position? From the position where okay, there is one issue with it. I will add +1 to it. Why I will add 1 to it? Because this okay, now there were spaces, some leading spaces were there. I have removed these leading spaces. Why? Because it was taking substring from the space itself. So if you go to this paint, you were getting you were getting here, you will getting it at this space was there at this with this fifth position. So you have to add 1 to the fifth position. So okay, so this is what I have done. I have added 1 to the position of occurrence of space and then the rest of the characters. So that can be specified by length of the name. Okay. In any case, it will be bigger than that. Okay. So you will get this output. Now I have to do what? I have to concatenate both of these. So how will I do it? Okay. I will again use what? I'll again use the concatenate function. Sorry, the concat function, and then I will put one more bracket over here. And then I will what? I will write suppose S name from this. So you are getting the output Amit Shah, Anshita Mota A dot Mota and Kiran dot Tankala K dot Tankala, because many times it is a requirement that you have to write your names in such format on your board in your home and anything like that. Okay, clear. Now let us move forward, and yeah, there is one more query. This is the query to find the mid alphabet of a name. Okay. So what do I mean when I want to say the mid alphabet of a name? Suppose I say the name is Nikhil, okay, or okay, yeah, Nikhil, Nikhil. So what will be the middle alphabet? See, if you find the middle alphabet, this is of length 6, so it is not possible. So in this case, the middle alphabet will be KH. Why? Because this is of even length. So if the string is of even length, then the middle two characters will be of the mid alpha. But if the string is, say, suppose Krishna. So what is the length? See, it is of length 7. So in case of Krishna, the middle alphabet will be what? S. Okay. So now your task is to find the middle alphabet in this employees table. For example, I will go to the and select ename from which table? From the employees table. See, this is my employees table, and now you have to get the middle alphabet. For example, in case of Nikhil, the middle alphabet will be KH, but in case of Nitin, it will be what? It will be T. So I will give you a hint. You have to use case in this case. Why you have to use case? Because there are two cases, for the even length string and for what? And for the odd length string. You have to form two cases. How will you go for it? I'll pause the video. Okay, if you are not able to get it, then let me solve it. But first of all, you should have tried it on your own. I am assuming that you have tried it on your own. What will I write? Select ename, comma what? Case. How will I find this this string is even length or odd length? I will say length of ename divided by length of ename modulus 2. Okay, so if the length of the ename modulus 2 is what? If it is 0, when it is 0, then it is what? It is even length. Then for even length, I have to get a substring of what? Ename. From which position I have to get? I have to get it from the length of ename divided by 2. And how many characters? 2 characters. And when it is 1, that means it is that means it is odd length. So for odd length, I have to from the middle of the string. So middle of the string you will get by length of ename divided by 2. And from that position you have to get how many characters? 1 character. Okay. I just forgot to write n over here, so I'll write it. Okay, n, and then I'll end as suppose mid alpha. Okay, from which table? From the employees table. Okay, now if I just copy it, and then over here if I go and just paste it, let us see what is out. I just not get copied. Okay, I'll copy it. Copy. Alright, here if I go and just paste it, let us see what is the output, Okay, for Nikhil you are getting KH, for Nitin you are getting T, so you are getting the middle alphabet of every name. So how it is working? Select statement will always work from row by row, and for every row it will test this condition: is the length of ename divided by 2 is equal to 0 or is it equal to 1? For example, in Nikhil it is of length 6, so the modulus will be what? It will be 0, so it will go to this first condition, and it will take the substring of which ename, that is Nikhil in this case, and then it will divide it by 2. Length of ename will be what? 6 divided by 2, what it will be? It will be 3, and from the third position it will take how many characters? 2 characters. For example, NIK, K is at third position, and from this position take how many characters? 2 characters. Okay, like this. Okay, similarly in the case of Nitin also, it is an odd length string, so it will go to this position. Okay, clear? Like this. Alright, so we have done this also. Again, let us see what are let us try to solve this query also. Query to pad left spaces in name with star. Okay, but for that I'll have to I'll tell you some more functions. There is one function that is a ltrim function. A ltrim function is used to remove the left side leading spaces from a string. Suppose I say I say Krishna. Select ltrim Krishna, then it will give you what? It will give you Krishna. If you just select Krishna, for example, if you don't say if you don't then Krishna is having some spaces over here. You can see it is having some spaces, but what ltrim is doing, it is removing all the leading spaces from the left side. It is removing all the leading spaces from the string, and you can verify this also. For example, I say select length of what? Ltrim Krishna. Okay, if I write this, then you will get 7. Why? Because Krishna is of 7 length, and it has it has removed the left side spaces from Krishna, so it is coming out of what? It is coming out to be of length 7. Okay, I think it should be clear. And there is one function, the repeat function, REPEAT. Okay, repeat function. It is used to repeat some strings some specified number of times. For example, star 5. If I write this, it is repeating star how many times? It is repeating star 5 times. Okay, clear? Now there is one table, select star from, I think the test2 table is there. Okay, no, select star from test1 table is there. Alright, this is one test1 table. I will say delete from test1. Okay, I have deleted, and then I will insert into test1 values. Suppose I will insert some names, Krishna. Suppose the next name is with more spaces. Suppose the name is Govinda, and suppose the next name is Madhava, and suppose there is a name, and suppose the name is Gopal. Okay, these are the names. And then when I say select star from which table? From the test1 table, then what will you get? Okay, you are having spaces, but now my task is to do something like this. Okay, this is the task. Query to pad left spaces in name with what? In star. What does this mean? This means something like this. For example, there is one name Amit, and before Amit there are 3 spaces, and then Amit is coming. Okay, so I have to replace all these spaces with what? I have to replace them with star. Okay, clear? I have to do this. So try to do it on your own. I'll pause the video. How will you go for it? See, I'll give you one hint. Okay, if you are not able to get it, select name, comma. If I write something like this, length of name minus length of, suppose, L trim of name. If I write from which table? From the test1 table. If I write them, what you are getting? See, you are getting the number of spaces. See, in this case, for example, if you just observe, just my mouse here, Krishna is having 5 spaces. Govinda is having how many spaces? It is having 13 spaces. How? The length of whole name, for example, if you go over here, the length of the whole string be what? It will be equal to 3 plus 4, that is 7, and So length of name in this case will give you 7, and then you subtract what? Length of ltrim name. So if you have ltrim name, then you'll be left with only what? This Amit, and this will be equal to what? 4. So 7 minus 4 equal to what? 7 minus 4 equal to 3. This is exactly the number of spaces that are present in the name. Okay, clear? So I have counted the number of spaces that are present in the name. Now can you approach this problem? I think you can do it with the help of repeat function. For example, now if I say, okay, try it on your own. Pause. Okay, not able to get it? Watch me do it. Repeat what? Repeat star. How many times? These many number of times. Okay, these many number of times. From which table? From the test one table. See, for Krishna I'm getting 5 stars, for Govinda I'm getting 13 stars, for Madhava I'm getting 5 stars, and for Gopal I'm getting 14 stars. But now this is only half of the task. The remaining task is to concatenate it with what? It with Krishna, Govinda, Madhava and Gopal. So what will I do? I will just use the concat function. How will I use the concat function? Concat. Okay, concat this with what? I have to concat this with ltrim of what? Ltrim of name. If I write like this, then I think I will get the output. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And suppose I will I will alias it also. Suppose I say it is new name. Okay, clear? Okay. So let us now return. I think there is one more function that you can use to solve this problem. There is one function, replace. Select replace, and what does the replace function does? Suppose the name is Amit, and I replace A with, say, suppose V. Okay, then what will it give? Every occurrence of V, A will be replaced by what? It will be replaced by V. So I can do something over here also. Select name, comma, replace what? Name. And in name replace what? A space. And replace a space with what? A star. So this is a a cute method of, okay, from which table? From the test one table. If you do like this, sorry, I think there are some problems. Select name, comma, replace name. Okay, there are 2 commas, sorry. Alright, now I think it will be correct. Alright, okay, so you have got the same output using the replace function also. So let us move to our last task, and that task is performing a credit card masking. Okay, you have to perform a credit card masking. So what is credit card masking? I'll tell you what is credit card masking and what you have to do. I'll take a new file. Okay, I'll just new, and I don't want to save it. So many times when you do some kind of transactions, suppose your credit card number is 212652212 and 7410. So it can be of arbitrarily of any length. I'm not concerned about the length, but it masks how it masks it, because you only get to see the last 4 digits. Rest are all masked with what? X. So here 2126 will be replaced by 4x, then 5212 will be replaced by 4 x's, and then you will get what? 7410. You will not get the whole number. So I am having some credit card numbers and I want to mask them. How will I mask them? Using string functions. Okay, I'll just I'll just go to here and I'll write delete from which table? From the test one table. I'll delete everything, and then I will insert into test one values. Okay, and I'll insert some random numbers. Okay, and I'm not concerned about the length. Only thing is that the last 4 digits should be visible, and the rest of all of them should be replaced by what? It should be replaced by X. Let us insert one more row, and then we'll end. Okay, some random values I'm just adding to it. Okay, suppose these are the credit card numbers. So I'm not in this case I'm not worried about the length of the credit card numbers. For example, I work in India, so in India credit cards of length 16 digits, but here I'm not worried about the length. Okay, clear? Now how will I approach this problem? Can you think how will I approach this problem? See, I'll give you a hint. I use so formulate a strategy for doing it. For example, see this number. It is of which length? It is 4 plus 4 8. Then it is of length 12. Okay. So out of 12, if you subtract 4, you will get what? 8. So you have to replicate x 8. How many times? You have to replicate x 8 times. And then when you replicate x 8 times, then you have to concatenate it with what? 7410. That means the last four digits. Okay, so I've given you a hint. You can try the problem on your own. I'll pause. Okay, if you're not able to get it, then let us try to solve it. I'll go to my here select name from which table? From the test1 table. You have got it, all the names. Now I will say select name comma length of name minus 4. If I write, then what will I get? Okay, I'm getting something like this. Now if I write replicate what? Sorry, capital X, how many times? These many number of times. Length of name minus 4. Then you will get what? You will get relicate. It is not relicate, it is replicate. Alright. Oh, it is not replicate. I am sorry, it is repeat. I am sorry. Replicate is in my SQL server. In Mysql it is repeat. Okay, so you are getting something like this. Now if you want to get the last 4 alphabets, what will you write? Necessarily you will use which function? The substring function. And substring of what? Substring of name. From which position? From the length of name minus 4th position. Okay, and till what? I can safely say till sorry, length of name. Okay, if I write this, then what will be the output? Let us see. Okay, so you are getting the last 4 digits, I think. Okay, length okay, I'm sorry, I think it'll be +1. Now I think it should be correct. Yeah, I have got the last 4 digits. Okay, and now my task is to what? Is to concatenate both of them. How will I concatenate both of them? I will use the concat function. Concat and concatenate this with this as masked name. Okay, masked name. Alright, now it is correct. Okay, so you have masked every credit card number. Okay, clear? See, this is the query. I formulated this query. I think you should have done it on your own. Okay, we'll not solve this. We'll look on. We'll eventually work with this also. We will have we will study group by, then we will solve this query also. So yeah, thank you so much for watching all my videos and liking my videos, and please do keep on watching and liking my videos, and tell your friends about all these videos. And thank you so much. So in this string functions, I have not covered every string function. If you go to you'll find many more string functions. There are many more string functions, but my task was not to tell you about every function, and then tell you how this function operates, what arguments does it takes, and what does it returns. This was not my task. I just wanted to tell you how can you apply all these string functions. Okay, clear? Thank you so much.